Mbote kembo na tata Nzambi Amazulu kinfumu kia kuyisa kembo na Isaya Kongo maleki makembo. Greetings to all the Bantu family all over the world, to the dispersed and outcast of Isolele in the eastern and western hemisphere. I pray that the spirit of Tata Nzambi Ampungu Tulendo, spirit of Yakongo, the great I am that I am, is with all of you wherever you are in this world. In Geta. So in this video, in this live broadcast, we're gonna discuss Gethsemane and the hidden secret. Okay, so is there a secret in Gethsemane? Yes, that's what we're gonna discuss in this live broadcast. So go ahead, before we start, invite some people to join us, whosoever is interested in this message. And so go ahead, invite them, let them know we are here and we are live in Geta. So this coming October, we are having a trip. I'm going to Angola. It's October the 21st until October the 31st. Okay, 10 days. So if you're interested, send me an email. Yeah, you can email me at Angola Investment Group gmail.com. Okay, you can email me at Angola Investment Group at gmail.com, and you can join me in this trip as we visit Angola. Okay, so make sure, if you're interested, send me email. It will be an amazing time. I can assure you that it will be amazing. We will tour Angola, not all of Angola, but the city of Luanda and Bengo, and the province of Bengo, where we have our project going on as we are building a diaspora community, okay, for all those who the Spirit has convinced to go to Angola, and to be part of this community. Many of the Americans, American African, African Brazilians, the Caribbeans, Haiti, Jamaica, etc. Your ancestors came from the Congo. Even if you're coming from Curacao, those islands, most of your ancestors came from the Congo, the Angola region. Yeah, so I'm inviting you, join me in this trip to Angola, October 21st until October 31st. Come with me, and you can email me at angolainvestmentgroup@gmail.com, and you will have the most amazing time with me, my brother, with Byron, who is also part of my organization. He will also be there, coming from the United States of America, from the state of Florida. Yeah, so make sure to join me. Yes, invite some people to join us in this live broadcast right now so we can start. Yeah, I will just wait for one more minute, 60 seconds before we start. So I hope you are doing well. Yeah, good to see Brother Takayap spoke, I think, yesterday or something. I can't even remember. I think it was yesterday, right? Mbote to Taubo Gosi, Baya, Mariko, Mbote to SN. How y'all doing? Ingeta. So I asked you all a question, if you will like for me to have a regular live broadcast. Most of you said yes. We want to see you live at least once a week. Now here I am live. And you know what? I think I will be going live every Monday evening. Yes, for me it's evening. For many of you, it may be in the afternoon, something, but for me myself, it's already evening. All right. So let's start. I will start with sharing a short clip, you know, informative clip, and we go from there. Okay. So we will discuss Gethsemane and the hidden secret. Now, you may ask yourself, Nabi Kefa, why are you always talking about secrets and mysteries and things like that? I love mysteries, okay? I love spiritual things. I love visions, dreams, revelations. I love mystic, you know? And out of that love, I have, a passion to study and to teach. And what we will discuss today, Gethsemane and the hidden secret, you will see that what Jesus did in Gethsemane is actually part of a Bukongo Bantu tradition. Oh, that sounds interesting. Eh? So invite some people to join us now because this will be a revealing teaching, very interesting. If you are a diaspora, if you are a Congo, a Mukongo, especially those who come from Congo directly, they will have to listen to what we will share today because we will break down certain revelation truths that can change the paradigm, the way they think, because we have been lied to by the Europeans a lot. Okay, the European even changed meaning of certain Bantu words. They corrupted it and they changed it. So when we hear certain Bantu words, we most of the time adhere to the false definition which the European gave to that word. So we need to remove all of it and go back to the original meaning of certain Bantu words, which describes, the Bantu secrets and mysteries, which are also found in the Bible. So that's what we're going to discuss today. So very interesting, okay? Like and share this video before we get into the meat. Okay, like and share it right now. Invite some people to join us. And remember, we're going to Angola, October 21st until October 31st. You can join me, email me at angolainvestmentgroup.com. We are building a diaspora community in Angola, and you can be part of it. Okay, you can be part of it. You can prepare for yourself and your family for when it's time. You can easily move to the motherland, the land of milk and honey. Okay, so be prepared. A wise man is prepared, and a wise woman. All right, so let's go. Ingeta. Yes, so that's just a short introduction, and I will explain what you have just seen. Okay, I know it went by very fast. Maybe you think to yourself, oh, what was that? I didn't get it. Yes, I will explain. Okay, don't worry. Don't worry, I will explain. Now, let's start with reading about the prayer of Jesus, Isaiah, Yeshua, in the book of Matthew 26, and I will share my screen. Okay. Let me enlarge. Okay, we're here. The Garden of Gethsemane. Then cometh Jesus, right, Isaiah, with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and said unto the disciples, sit ye here while I go and pray yonder. Okay, so he came at the place called Gethsemane, right? Gethsemane for prayer. Okay, so he came at the place called Gethsemane for prayer. All right, so we go to the book of Luke. Okay, in the book of Luke says here, and at the top, the title, the Garden of Gethsemane. And he came out and went as he was wont to the Mount of Olives. Okay. And his disciples also followed him. And when he was at the place, he said unto them, pray that ye enter not into temptation. And he was withdrawn from them about the stones cast, and kneeled down and prayed, saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. Okay, verse 43. And there appeared, yes, appeared is to manifest, spiritual being manifesting, spiritual being that enters into our realm of existence, of our dimension. And there appeared an angel, right? Angelos, unto him from heaven, strengthening him. Where? In the Garden of Gethsemane, right? The Mount of Olives, where he went to pray, right? Where he went to pray in the Garden of Gethsemane, Mount of Olives, and Angelos, angel, appeared unto him. The word angel, outline of biblical uses, gives us this understanding: a messenger, an envoy, one who is sent, an angel, a messenger from God. Strong's definition, of course, the same messenger, especially an angel, by implication, a pastor, okay? A pastor, an angel messenger. All right. Now, before we continue, there is a first. No, there is a first in, I think, in Luke, where Jesus talks about the resurrection in the beyond, okay? And he tells his disciples and those who were questioning him, he said, when a man dies, a righteous man, he become like the angels in the resurrection, right? So in heaven, he becomes like the angels. Now, among us Bantu tradition, you all can hear me, right? Someone is saying there is no sound, but can you all hear me? Just type a 1 in the chat if you can all hear me. Yes? See? Okay, you can all hear me. Okay, wonderful. Let's continue. So in our Bantu tradition, I will do a different teaching where I will reveal the resurrection in the beyond. Okay, because according to the Bantu tradition and the book Kongo, that's the spirituality of Kongo, when you die, you immediately are born anew in the beyond. Okay, so you will be clothed with a new body in the beyond. And that's what Paul was addressing when he said, "Oh, that I am clothed when I die and enter into the new world, that I be found not naked without a body, yeah, without a building." So we have a body. We receive a new body when we leave this world behind. Immediately we receive a new body. We are born anew or resurrected in the beyond. But that's a complete different teaching. Okay. So according to the Bukongo and our Bantu tradition, is that when you die, you become like the angels. In Bukongo, it is called an illuminated ancestor. So you basically become like an angel, a mediator between the living and the court of heaven, right? So that is to say that as a mediator, an angel, you stand between. That's the reason the book in Hebrews 12 talks about the clouds of witnesses. The clouds of witnesses that surround us. It's not a literal, natural cloud, but because a cloud cannot witness. But this cloud of witnesses is a surrounding of ancestors, who surround us and who witness. So to witness is to speak of the things which you have heard and see. So the things which they have seen before the courts of Zulu, they can proclaim us. The things which they have heard before the courts of heaven, they can reveal unto us. You understand? And that is one of the reasons why Yiseka'yah Kongo, as it is written in the Bible, that he proclaimed that the Son doesn't nothing but what he has heard and seen from the Father. See? So the Son only speaks of what he has heard from the Father. He only reveals what he has seen from the Father before the courts of heaven. That's the thing here. So we see Jesus here in the scriptures that we have read, right? We are told that he went to Gethsemane, the Mount of Olives, to pray. And as he was praying, an angel appeared to him, an angelos, a maleki appeared to him, a messenger, right? A mediator appeared unto him and strengthened him. Let's go and read it again. Okay, let's. Okay, there we go. Okay, now this messenger, according to Thayer's Greek lexicon, a messenger, envoy, one who is sent, right? In the scripture, both of the Old Testament and the New Testament, one of that host of heavenly spirits, okay, host of heavenly spirit that according alike to Jewish and Christian opinion, wait upon the monarch of the universe and the king of the universe and are sent by him to earth. Now to execute his purposes. They are sent by the king of the universe to execute his purposes. Let's okay. Now, verse 40. And when he was at the place, he said unto them, pray that ye enter not into temptation. And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast, and kneeled down and prayed, saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven. Okay, now let's go and look into this Gethsemane. Okay? What is that place called Gethsemane? We are reading, this is from a dictionary called the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. You know, it's something, it's a book you all can get. It's the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Let's see, chapter 211, the New International Version. Garden, okay? The left corner. Garden in Hebrew, gan or gana, a covered or hidden place. Greek kepos, a cultivated piece of ground, usually in the suburbs, planted with flowers, vegetables, crops, or trees, fenced with a mud or stone wall. Okay, now let's stop there for a moment. Genesis 2, verse 15. And Kongo, yes, took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. Let's open up the Strongs and we will look up the word garden. As you have seen, according to the dictionary, it's the Hebrew word gan. Yes, the Hebrew word gan means a garden enclosure, enclose a garden. This Hebrew word gan, yes, this Hebrew word gan, right here, is the Kikongo ganu. Yes, it's the Kikongo word ganu, which means an enclosed forest or enclosed garden. Okay. Eden, the Garden of Eden, is a place of delight. Eden itself means pleasure. All right. Eden is the land of his desire. Eden is the land he cared for. Eden is the land, the glory of all lands. Are you following me? Eden, Gan Eden, the Garden of Eden, is the glory of all lands. It is the fatness of the earth. Yes, it is the fatness of the earth. His eyes are always upon the land, a land of mountains and valleys, a land that drinketh the waters of the rain of heaven, a land whose stones are iron. This is the land, Gan Eden, which means the Garden of Eden. Now that word Gan, Eden means delight. That word Gan is the Kikongo Ganu, right? To understand the Hebrew gun, you see here, let me zoom in. This word here, gun, is the Kikongo Ganu, which means a fenced garden, okay, or forest. Forest. Ingeta. Now, there are several things that needs our attention before we continue, okay? Before we continue looking into Gethsemane, I must reveal this first so you can understand where we're going. It's very deep, okay? Now, by understanding the garden, right, Gano in Kikongo, you will see that there's an esoteric hidden mystery in where Jesus went to pray. It symbolizes something very significant in Bantu tradition and in Bukongo. Yes? Now listen. Gun. No, before, let me go back a little bit. In Eden, we see three things, right? We see three things. Three things. We see the garden is mentioned. We see the rivers, and we see the tree of knowledge. Okay? The tree of knowledge. So, Gan, the garden, represents a beautiful place of delight, which is guarded by guardians, okay? By guardians, by Kongo, because Kongo also means hunter, yeah? Kongo, Kanga, to close. Rivers represents waters, Mai in Lingala, which stands for purity. Yes, purity. And then we have the tree of knowledge. In this case, we can understand it to be the elevation of spirit. Now, in the Besikongo, among the Besikongo, right, in the Bukongo tradition, we had several initiatory schools, but I will just keep it by the three important ones. Okay, we had three initiatory schools that were kind of importance, where the elite of the Bantu Congo people were formed. Yeah? And these are the political leaders, who are also known as Nzinga, the priest, who are also called Nganga. Now, in Brazil, there was Nganga Nzambi, which literally translates to the priest of Nzambi, the priest of God. And so we have the political leaders, Nzinga, the priest, Nganga, and the seer, Ngunza. And this word Ngunza, we have in previous video revealed that the word Ngunza is in the Bible as seer. Yes, like the seer Gad, the seer of David, who was called Gad. That's the Kikongo word Ngunza. I will not explain it here today. And so when we consider the Hebrew word gan, which is the Kikongo Shona word Nganu, even the people of Uganda know this word Nganu. Or I'm not sure, but I think so. So Nganu represents the forest or the garden. Okay. Ganda in Kikongo means to undergo initiation. Nganga means a priest. Ngandu means one who is initiated, and Ngangu means intelligence. Gangula means to heal and to invent. It's amazing. So in The root word Ngan or Nganu, we have Ganda to undergo initiation, we have Nganga priest, we have Ngandu one who is initiated, we have Ngangu intelligence, and Ngangula one who knows how to heal or who knows how to invent. Okay, now that I have given you that information, when we go back, yes, so when we go back, and let's go up. Now look at this. Okay, pay attention now. The Hebrew, we are right here. The Hebrew used gardens as burial places, and it is a Congo tradition. It's a Congo tradition. Now I told you that the garden is associated with a forest, right? Not just a garden per se, but it's also associated with a forest. Yes, and I showed you that in the root of Ganu, we also have Nganga priest. Jesus was a priest, right? And the word Ngangula, which means to heal or to invent, or the word Ngandu, one who is initiated. And initiation amongst the Congo and many other Bantu people took place in the forest. So we see the first man, the biblical Adam, was placed in the Garden of Eden, right? A forest, Ganu. And in our Bantu tradition, we also use burial gardens as a burial place. Are you hearing me? It is Bantu tradition. Gardens were also used as a burial place. Okay, now let's continue reading. The Garden of Gethsemane was a favorite retreat of Jesus for meditation and prayer. Yes, and those are the verses which we have read. Matthew 26, 36, John 18, verse 1 and 2. Let me read it again. The Garden of Gethsemane was a favorite retreat of Jesus for meditation and prayer. So the Garden of Gethsemane, as we have read here, the Hebrew used gardens as a burial place. So was Jesus praying at a burial place called the Garden of Gethsemane? Was he praying and meditating, as it is stated here in the Bible dictionary? Yes, a Zondervan Bible dictionary, that the Hebrew used gardens as burial places, and the Garden of Gethsemane was a favorite retreat of Jesus for meditation. So we see that the burial place was connected with gardens. And in that same spot or place where Jesus was praying, what do we see? What are we told? An angel appeared. An angel appeared. Now, what are angels? I explained, right? In the Bukongo mind and the Bukongo understanding, an angel is a spirit of Muntu. An angel is a Muntu spirit in the beyond who is part of the host of heavens, who is part of what? The clouds of witnesses. Yes, because in the Bukongo tradition, when a righteous man die, in according with the words of Jesus, he becomes equal to the angels in the resurrection in the beyond. So he become like the angels. Angels are what? Messengers who ascend to testify, to deliver a message, to assist, to support, etc. Sometimes even to kill. Yes? Are you still here? Some people have left already. They're like, this is not for me. This is something else. It's not for me. Are you still here? Hmm? So, I have not written this, right? This comes from the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. The writer tells us that the Hebrews used gardens as burial places, and Bantu tradition agrees. Bantu tradition says, yes, that's right. We have used gardens as a burial place for a long time. Yes, and the Garden of Gethsemane burial place was a favorite retreat of Jesus for meditation and prayer. It is something else. It is something else, right? So the paradise, Ganu, right? Paradise. Paradise is originally from a Latin word, paradisus, no? O parcum Deus, which literally means the park of God. Now, paradisus is actually just pardes. In the Septuagint, the Greek paradeisos was used to translate both Hebrew words pardes and gan for garden. So pardes and gan are the same. And in Bantu, we call it Ganu. Okay, Ganu. So Jesus prayed, angel appeared and ministered unto him. Now, it's not only. Okay, wait a minute. Let's open up. It's not the only instances. Angels appeared to him when he fasted for 40 days. Angels came and strengthened him. Now, angels also appeared here in Gethsemane, at least one angel, we are told. Yes. And at the transfiguration, also a good example. The transfiguration. Let's read about the transfiguration. And after 6 days, Jesus taketh Peter, James, and John, his brother, and bringeth them up into a high mountain apart. Okay, listen, high mountain. Israel does not have high mountain. There are no mountains in Israel. There are no mountains in the state of Israel, in Palestine. There are no high mountains. They have little hills. Little hills. Let me repeat with emphasis. They have little hills. High mountains are in sub-Saharan Africa, in the territory of the leopard, the territory of Congo Kachopa, the Bantu people. High mountains are found in those geographic areas and was transfigured before them. Okay? And his face did shine as the sun. And his raiment was white as the light. And behold, there appeared. Now it's the same thing, right? As we read here And there appeared what? An angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. An angel appeared, right? Angel appeared. Now, here we are told the same thing. Let me do this. And there appeared unto him who? Moses and Elias, which is Elijah, talking with him. So, in this case, we are told the one appearing are Moses and Elijah. And here we are told the one appearing is an angel. But we know from the Kongo tradition and from the words of Jesus himself that those who die in righteousness become like the angels, illuminated spirit. Angels are messengers who serve those who are still alive. Okay, so we can assume that this angel is also a muntu who died in righteousness and is now appearing to Jesus to what? To strengthen him. Yes, to strengthen him, to give him strength, encouragement, to speak unto him. Because this is the way of our ancestors. You see, it's the same thing. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias, talking with him. Wow, that is crazy. Okay, that is something else. Okay, now that's the secret of the garden, Gethsemane. You know, it's actually a teaching of 2 hours. I'm just giving you the short version of it. Because I have many notes. I'm skipping a lot of things, and I hope you understand what I'm trying to teach and impart and to reveal. Okay. Oh my God, there's something here. I'm not sure if I should share it because it can trigger. It can trigger some things. But I would just share it. Because I have gone so deep. I can just share it. You know, you can agree, you can disagree. It doesn't matter. But it's our tradition. It's our Kongo tradition. And you know what the problem is? Let me just put myself here. Yes. The problem that we have, people, we have a problem. We have a problem. What's the problem, Nabi? I will tell you. It's the problem. You have come, many of us have come into the awakening. Many were first Hebrew Israelites. Some of you were parts, members of camps. Maybe some of you still are. But you are curious to hear the Bantu message, to hear the Bantu people teach. I'm a Bantu teacher, Nabi Kefas. I used to be an apostle in Christian ministry. The problem that we have is this. You come into this awakening, you discover, oh, I'm an Hebrew Israelite, right? Later on, you do some more research and you discover that the Hebrew Israelites are actually the Bantu people. So you need to connect with the motherland. So you do some research, and some people will tell you that the Bantu people are not Israelites. Some will tell you they are Israelites. Some will say they are Hamites, and it's mixed. But for those who believe and say, hey, the Bantu people are Israelite, I have done my DNA test, my ancestry test, it came out such and such percentage Bantu. Yes, I'm a Bantu. I'm an Israelite. Because being an Israelite is in your DNA. It's in your, your spiritual code and your genetic code. It's in your spiritual and natural DNA. Because we are Bantu. Yes. Now, because you have received a tremendous amount of Hebrew Israelite doctrine, it's difficult to understand what people like myself are teaching and people like Michael Massa are teaching, right? And other Bantu teachers. Because I know Massa, he also teaches a lot of difficult things, which is hard to understand. We are like Paul, preaching mysteries which are hard to understand. Talking about mysteries. Now, let's go and find out if the word Kindoki, Ginosko, as we have seen. Yes, let's go there one more time. Hingeta. I wasn't even sharing. Let's go there one more time. Kembo. Kembo. You see this word Ginosko. Huh? So let's go there. The Kikongo word Kindoki can be found in the Bible, especially the New Testament. Okay? Now, when you read in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 13, verse 2, and though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge. Now it's time for breakdown. Now, the Garden of Eden, Ganu, right? Gethsemane are all part of the Bantu tradition in initiation. You understand? The place where you go for initiation, for prayer and meditation was in the garden. It's no coincidence that in the book of Genesis 1, the Bible talks, or Genesis 2, the Bible talks about the garden. And then the Most High placed the first man, who biblically is called Adam, in the Garden of Eden. Eden meaning delight. Garden, as I have said, is the land of his desire, right? Ganu. That garden, Ganu, in Kikongo, Shona, in Uganda, that word Ganu, garden, means the land of his desire, the land he cares for, okay? It means the land where he has his eye upon. always. A land of mountains and valleys. There are no mountains in Israel, the so-called state of Israel, Palestine. A land that drinketh waters from the waters or the rain of heaven. A land whose stones are iron. Yes, Eden, Ganu, is the glory of our land. This land is also called the promised land. It's the same land. Okay, it's the same land. And Ganu represents not only a garden but a forest or a place where the God dwells. A place where God dwells, right? From a Kemetic perspective, you will say Taneter, the land of the gods. That is the garden, Ganu, the land or the Garden of Eden, the place where where God dwells. So, garden and mysteries and knowledge are connected. Because in the garden we see a huge mystery, right? There's a huge mystery there in the garden. What do we see in the garden? The tree of knowledge, right? So, garden, knowledge, and mystery are connected. Jesus went into the Garden of Gethsemane. It was his favorite spot for prayer and meditation, and he had visitations in the garden, in the forest. In Bantu tradition, a place of initiation, prayers, and etc. Now, this word knowledge is the Greek word, you can see, gnosis. Yes, this word knowledge, gnosis. So you can see here, outline of biblical use, knowledge. What else? Intelligence, understanding, and also, can I enlarge it? No. Advanced or progress. Yes. Knowledge and science. Gnosis. Knowledge and science. Before I continue, let me give you no. Let us continue. I will come back to that later. Now, the etymology is ginosko. Yes, that's the root. The root word is ginosko. The Strongs are all there for those who want to verify. So ginosko means what? It means to learn, to know. Yeah, to learn to know. So to get knowledge, to come to know, get a knowledge of, perceive, feel, to become known. So actually means to acquire knowledge. Okay, to acquire knowledge. It's mystery knowledge we're talking about. It's not talking about any regular knowledge. It's talking about the mystery knowledge. Okay, so when we have the Greek word ginosko, it's the root for gnosis, and we exchange the G with a K, because the G and a K in Semitic languages, yes, and any Kemetic languages can be interchangeable. You can interchange them. So when you interchange them, you will get kinosko. Okay, you will get kinosko. Now, kinosko is actually the Bantu word Kindoki. Okay, it's the Bantu word Kindoki. Now, those who know Lingala, those who are from Congo, Mbanza Congo, Congo DRC, and Congo, Kinshasa, they already understand that we have a problem here. They already understand that we have a problem here. It's like, oh, me nabi Kefas. Uzoloba makambu ya Kindoki? Are you talking about witchcraft? What are you saying? We will explain. Like I said before, when the European missionaries came, they were changing the semantic of Bantu words. Okay, they were giving Bantu words different meanings because Kindoki among the Congo people was never understood as witchcraft. Kindoki, as it is with the Greek word ginosko, it means what? The practice of divine knowledge, science, and wisdom. Yes? Yes. Now, Kindoki is knowledge. In Kikongo, Zailu, according to Dr. Luyaluka. Kindoki is also power, which in Kikongo is Lendo. Kindoki is also intelligence, which in Kikongo is Ngangu. And in Ngangu, Ngangu has the same root word as Ngandu, which is the forest or the garden of Eden. Gan in Hebrew, Ganu in Kikongo. You see? Kindoki is also a hearing and sight. So spiritual hearing and sight. What did Jesus say? Whatever I hear from the Father, I proclaim. Whatever I speak, right? Whatever I see from the Father, I make known. And so Kindoki, mystery knowledge, practice of divine knowledge, science, and wisdom, also deals with hearing and sight. Shortly, Kindoki means secret knowledge. It means secret knowledge, and it's associated with mysteries. Because when you look up the word mystery in the Greek, mysterion, it means a secret or to. It comes from a root word that means to be quiet or to shut the mouth. Hallelujah. Yes, people. This teaching, like I said, only talking about the garden is like 2 hour teaching, right? And talking about Kindoki is also another 2 hour teaching. So I just gave you, a very, very short snippet, just some nuggets out there. So you can understand that when Jesus went to Gethsemane, the things that he did there, the prayer, the meditation, and the appearing of Moses and Elijah, appearing of the angel, all that is also found in Bantu tradition. Okay, so there is nothing demonic about it. There's nothing evil about it, right? Like necromancy or necromancy. No, necromancy is not even a word that can be found in Bantu vocabulary. We don't know that word in Bantu. It's a European word. Yeah. So I didn't want to go very deep, even though the things we discussed were quite deep. Okay. And I know some of you will have some questions. You can always email me your questions, and I can see if I can do a follow up teaching to address your questions. Okay, and you can email me at Let me put email out there. Okay. You can email me at apostolandu@gmail.com. All right. Yeah. So I hope you were able to learn something today. Most of you, when you hear things like this for the first time, it overwhelms you. You don't even know what to think, right? You're like, what is this? Where do I go from here? So I can understand. But the key is be open to receive our Bantu tradition, which are there in the Bible. And I've shown you, right? I've shown you in scripture. It is there, hidden, coded in scripture. But if you don't have knowledge of the traditions, the ways of Congo, Nzila Congo, of course it's quite difficult to know those things. You wouldn't know them. But they're there in the Bible. So you've seen Kindoki is there. The garden was a place of burial, as we have read, according to the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Yes, here, this book. Look at that. Bible Dictionary. It says that the Garden of Gethsemane was Jesus' favorite spot for prayer meditation, and that it was a burial place. Because the Hebrew used gardens. I'm talking about the ancient Hebrews, the Bambala. They used gardens as a burial place. Yeah? So the burial place was also a necropolis, right? So the garden, burial place, was a necropolis, the city of the dead. You had beautiful gardens there. You can sit, they had statues over there, monuments of the ancestors in the gardens, and etc. Very powerful. Very powerful. All right. Let's see if there are some questions in the chat. Okay. Here, this is one from Kagrove. Kefa. Isn't the word just Ndoki? No, Ndoki is a practitioner. Ndoki is a practitioner. Kindoki means the practice. Yes. Kindoki is the practice of divine knowledge, science, and wisdom. Mystery knowledge or secret knowledge. And the word mystery is all over the Bible, okay? And I can show you because maybe you can do a follow-up teaching where we go into the mystery, and I can show you that Kindoki and mystery go hand in hand because the Most High has mysteries. Those mysteries are called secrets, right? So secret knowledge comes from the Most High. Kindoki, secret knowledge, or the practice of secret knowledge. Well, let me continue reading here. Let me quote Dr. Luyaluka here. A secret knowledge, right? Kindoki is also a secret knowledge that only initiates have and which allows them to access knowledge applicable in the world of common mortals. Knowledge that allows the Ndoki, you see, the Ndoki is the one who practices. Yes, the Ndoki to access the world of other dream, the nocturnal, a knowledge of the good and the evil to be avoided. Knowledge of both positive and negative techniques because the Ndoki being a guardian of the people. Wow. You see that? Now, when Adam was placed in the Garden of Eden, what was he supposed to do? Adam was een doki, hè? Als like in doki, hè? Botala, kijk, look. What was he to do? Let's read. um, okay. Let me look for the verse. Oh, here, verse 7. And the Lord God, Yahweh Elohim, Yah Kongo, formed man of the dust of the ground, which is Mabele, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Right? Life, Kimoya. And man became a living soul. Okay? Now, and then we are told here, and out of the ground made the Lord God to grow. Wait a minute. And the Lord planted a garden eastward where he had formed man, and blah, 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 blah. And then the Lord took the man and put him into the garden, which is Ganu in Kikongo, in Shona, and in Buganda. Ganu, right? Fence, garden, or forest. To dress and to keep. Now, the word to keep is to guard. The word to keep is to guard. As you can see, the Hebrew shamar means to keep, to guard. Oh, I'm not even sharing. Goodness. That was not. You can see there. Excuse me, people. I had no idea that I was not sharing my screen. So the word to guard, of the word shamar, means to keep, to guard, observe, right? Etc. It also means to keep the covenant. It also means to keep the covenant. Covenant. Let me go back for a moment because maybe you missed it. Okay, look at here. Yes, it means to keep, to have charge, to guard, to watch for, to observe, right? To keep, to treasure up. Yes, to treasure, to observe, to celebrate, or Sabbath, or covenant, or commands. See, so he was not only put there to guard the place, but also to keep the commands, right? To safeguard the teachings which he had received. And in the Bukongo, a Ndoki is a guardian of the people. As a guardian, he must know how to protect his people against barbaric acts of Kadiampemba, which translates to the devil or the evil one. Hence, he must also know the techniques of this one and know how to respond to him with appropriate weapons, prayers, incantations, and alchemical traps, which he must use only for his defense or the defense of his people, to suppress and prevent criminal acts. Otherwise, he becomes a Nkuwansoki, a malefactor, a sorcerer. See? So, what we come to understand is that the word Ndoki, or one who practices Kindoki, possesses divine knowledge. With that divine knowledge, he can do good and he can also choose to do evil, but he's not allowed to do evil, only for his own defense and the defense of his people. whom he is guarding. Very interesting. Eh? Okay, let me see if there are other quotes. The fallen angels were condemned for revealing secret knowledge. Yes, secret knowledge is good and evil. There are two sides. What else? Okay, Young P said he traced his lineage back to King David. Okay, that's a statement, eh? Okay. um. Oh no, bro. We are not comparing different words. Yeah. Okay, I don't see any questions in the chat. Let me see. Okay. Let's address this one. Is acknowledging our ancestors considered worshiping them? What is worship? So what is the definition of worship? Is worship veneration? Is worship giving honor? Is worship elevating someone? Is worship bowing down for an elder? When Moses encountered his father-in-law Jethro in the book of Exodus, the Bible said he prostrated in worship. Why was he worshiping his father-in-law? Huh? That's something to think of, eh? So the line is very thin. Of course, the Supreme Being deserves our worship and glory. Yes, but honoring and venerating, and showing respect is also a form of worship. You understand? There's nothing evil about it. It's not demonic. I hope I am quite clear in what I'm trying to say. But yes, worship, the highest worship belongs to the Most High, of course. But we worship also people who we show honor to, and great respect. It's also a form of worship. Okay. Now, people, be blessed. And remember, we are having a trip to Angola, October 21st to October 31st. If you're interested in exploring Angola, come with me this October. You will have an amazing time. There's a lot to see, a lot to do. We're also building in Angola a diaspora community. For those who want to be part of this community, you can email me at angolainvestmentgroup@gmail.com. If you're interested to join me with a trip, you're interested to be part of the Angola diaspora community, which we are building, you want to buy a plot within our gated community in Angola and be part of the, Angola of the future, email me at angolainvestmentgroup@gmail.com. All right. We will do a new live next week, Monday, at approximately the same time as we started today. Everyone, you may be a different time zone. But at the same time, we started today approximately. Yeah, and I will see you then. So thank you for being here. That Nzambi bless you, and may Congo reign. Kembo.